There was once a sage who, whenever he was approached by an individual and they had something joyful they wanted to proclaim or something terrible that they wanted to share, if it was terrible news, the sage would say, I'm so happy to hear this. And if it was good news, he'd say, I'm sorry. Things will turn around. Because what the sage understood profoundly in his soul was that everything does turn around. Everything does change. Nothing remains the same. If you're riding on a high crest right now, the crash will come. And if you're down in the doldrums today, tomorrow will see you riding high. Life is just that way, bouncing all around. We never know what's in front of us, but this much we do know. It is different than where we're at right now. In the reading to this week, which is called Hukkat, we learn about a heifer that is offered as a sacrifice of purification. And during the process of this purification and the sacrifice of the red heifer, we're told to take a zov, cedar, and hyssop. And these two items are referred to in such different ways to be brought to the same purpose because they have different characteristics about them. One is hard and unyielding, the other one is soft and pliant. And they refer, says one great Hasidic sage, to two different characteristics of people. There are some people who are very unyielding, who are very rigid, and there's some people who are very comfortable with adapting to whatever happens to them. In a sense, every person needs to be both the hyssop as well as the cedar, because there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to be yielding and there's a time to be unyielding, and that we have to allow ourselves the affordability of looking at all things as unique and different and responding to them in kind as unique and different. As is quoted in the Mishnah of Pirkei Avot, a person should always carry in their pocket two pieces of paper. One which says, I'm created in the image of God, and the other one which says, I'm created from the earth of the ground, and it is to the earth of the ground that it will ultimately go. Why these two different messages in our two pockets? Because when we're feeling low, we need to take out the piece of paper that says, I'm created in the image of God. And when we're feeling like we're riding on the top of the universe, we need to understand that ultimately this body will die, disappear from the earth, and washed clean by the sands of time. Both are true at the same time. And a well-balanced life is coursed in between those two poles, understanding that both are true at the same moment. Wishing you a very good Shabbos, a balance of life, knowing that we are created in the image of God, and that we are finite, and ultimately going to be washed clean by the sands of time. But such too is a blessing that we ultimately return back to our Maker. Shabbat Shalom.